This is Marcy Spoliar, Chair of the Ed and Recreation Committee on May 16th, 2022. I'm going to ask our Secretary, Margaret Horton, to take the roll.
Okay. Representative McDermott.
Here.
Representative Spoliar.
Here.
I'm here. Representative Barrett.
Here.
Representative Kelly.
She's not with us today.
Okay. Thanks. Representative Pinto. Representative Tallman.
Here.
And Representative Durrell.
Please call me Alex. Okay.
I'm just trying to be official for the record.
Here.
Great. So we have 6 people here. Is that correct? 6?
Yep.
Okay, great. Thank you. We're going to go on to item number 2 to review the minutes from the last meeting. Did everyone get a chance to review them? Any comments? Or do I have a motion to approve the minutes from the last committee meeting?
Mark, motion to approve.
Seconded by Alex.
Great, thank you. Any comments?
No.
Nope.
Hearing none, let's take a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Do we vote on that every month?
I don't know. I thought so.
Yes.
All those opposed? Anyone abstaining? That motion passes 6-0-0. We'll move on to item number 3 on the agenda, to consider and act upon the following resolutions recommended by the Town Plan and Zoning Commission. Resolved that the Town of Fairfield opt out of the state-mandated parking regulations and default language for accessory apartments pursuant to Public Act 21-29. Do I have a motion to approve?
It's Mark. I'll make a motion to approve.
Noticing the pattern?
Did we get that McDermott motion to approve? And was that Tallman for a second?
I think it was Alex.
No.
Okay, Durrell. Alex for a second.
Feel free. No comment.
All right.
Out of order.
Do we have any discussion?
This is Margaret. I'm going to actually abstain at this point because I feel like I want to just kind of get a little more understanding of, I think that Representative Lambert brought up a lot of really interesting questions and the impact on just affordable housing kind of issues. And so I just would like to kind of consider it a little bit further and wait till the meeting next week. And so I'm just planning to abstain this evening.
Steve Barrett is going to do the same for the same reasons.
Okay. Any other comments? I'm also going to be, Marcia Spoliar will also be abstaining for those reasons.
Okay.
Any other comments? Seeing none, let's put it to a vote. All those in favor, say aye with your name. Is that no one?
What? Yeah.
All those in favor, say aye. All those opposed? And all those abstaining, say aye.
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 Yeah, I'm going to abstain too.
All right, we all abstained. Excellent.
Was everyone not abstaining? Was anyone not abstaining? Okay, so that motion fails. That's 0-0-6. We'll move on to item number 4, to consider and act upon the following resolution recommended by the First Selectwoman. Resolved that a certain agreement negotiated by and between the Town of Fairfield and the Fairfield Police Union, Connecticut Organization for Public Safety, local number 530. Yep. Do I have a second?
Durrell.
Deep breath.
Okay, thank
Can
you.
we waive the reading on all of them and just just a quick.
Sure,
Perez
thank
seconds.
Yes.
Make a
Okay.
point, yes.
Wait, so who was who? Who made them?
Representative McDermott.
Steve Barrett
made motion
seconds.
of reading,
All
and
right.
Steve Barrett second. Great. All right. So
Pick
we're
a
talking
name, any
about
name.
the police union. Any comments? Hearing none, I'm going to take it to a vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? And any abstentions? That motion carries 6-0-0. We'll move on to item number 5, which is talking about the MOU with the City of Bridgeport for Fairchild Wheeler. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion Durrell.
Second, Barrett.
Great, thank you. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, I make we're going to go to a vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? Any abstentions? That motion carries unanimously, 6-0-0. We're going to move on to item number 6, which is a townwide facilities upgrade. Do I have a motion for this?
Mark will make a motion.
Okay,
Durrell,
and a second?
Yeah. Durrell,
Thank
second.
Get a lot of
Thank you.
airtime, Alex.
Getting late.
Any discussion?
Durrell.
Ballman.
Go ahead, Alex.
I think you can do both, Alex.
Oh, did I?
Alex,
It's
you
Mark.
wanted to talk about
I
it?
think it's an excellent that we were able to get the grant reimbursement for $3.5 million for this project.
Yep.
And I think they're trying to get more, which would be even better. So.
Yep. Good.
Great. Any other comments? Hearing none, let's make we'll vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? Any abstentions? That motion carries unanimously, 6-0-0. We move on to item number 7. That is the emergency radio project. Do I have a motion?
I'll do it. It's Margaret.
Oh,
Great.
I'm sorry.
Barrett second.
What a woman.
Thank you. And
I'm sorry. I made the wrong comment. I was the next this one. I'm skipping ahead.
Confused about that, but I thought I was on that.
Margaret, put my comments on
I'll
this
put
one.
it. No problem.
Strike that, yes.
Strike that last comment for item number 6.
No problem.
You're not talking to your wife here, Mark. I mean, come on.
Representative McDermott made the comment about the $3 million
Grant reimbursement.
$3.5 million. $3.5 million grant. Yeah.
Yep. Are there any other comments regarding this item? Hearing none, let's take a vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? Is anyone abstaining? That motion carries unanimously, 6-0-0. We move on to item number 8, and we're talking about the tide gate system. Do I have a motion to approve this item?
Durrell.
Motion. Durrell. And second?
Barrett second.
Thank you. Any discussion on this item?
Well, Mr. Bishop wasn't there, and Mr. Schmidt wasn't comfortable speaking to it.
Yep.
So we didn't hear about it. I mean, I've heard it a couple times, but I don't know if the rest of you have.
I'm going to abstain just because we didn't hear from them today. Myself.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same.
I'm personally going to vote yes because I've heard it in other meetings that I've been in or attended. So for me, it's a yes.
That's good enough for me.
Any other discussion on this item? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 We'll go with who abstains. All those saying no. Anyone opposed? And anyone abstaining? Representative Spoliar will abstain.
And Horton, I'm going to abstain as well.
Is anyone else abstaining with? Okay, great. So that motion passes 4-0-2. Moving on to item number 9. What are we talking about here? The transfer station repair project. Do I have a motion to approve?
Tallman.
Thank you.
Durrell.
Thank you. Any discussion on this item? Any discussion on this item?
I'm sorry. I'm at an advantage because I've sat through all these presentations.
We appreciate that.
But I don't know. It's just more meetings, but you know.
So your advantage is what? Do you have an advantage? Do you have something to offer?
That's on public record now. Okay.
My advantage is I already know. Well, I'm on the capital planning meeting, so I sat through all the meetings about all this.
Okay.
And I also watched the Board of Selectmen and Board of Finance meetings. So.
Yep. Okay.
So I already know how I'm voting. I kind of know how I'm voting on everything. So.
That's appreciated. Any other discussion on this item? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? Any abstentions?
You swung the vote, Mark.
All right, that item passes unanimously 6-0-0. Moving on to item number 10, the turf. Do I have a motion to approve?
Tallman.
McDermott, second.
Great. Any discussion on this item?
This is Margaret.
Tallman hopes this passes. I know that. And I know a lot of
Wait a minute. I'm confused because I hear two people. Representative Horton.
Okay.
Horton, yeah.
Oh, sure. I didn't know who started first. I'm actually going to abstain from it this evening. Obviously, it's something that lots of people want. I'm totally I think it's definitely something that we need to do. It's interesting. I've been reading, I am concerned about some of the environmental stuff I'm trying to read up more on, and I know both Sustainable Fairfield and Fair Plan, which is more of a private advocacy thing, have asked us to vote against it. So I want to look at that. I think ultimately I'm swinging towards in favor of this particular project, but the two things that I want to kind of look at further are the environmental impact plus maybe not for this one, but for down the road, like the public-private partnerships. There's all these organizations, especially a lot of private ones, that could probably kick in some money. Anyway, I don't mean to go on and on. My brain's not working very well, but I'm abstaining this evening.
Thank you. And Representative Tallman, was that you that was talking earlier?
Yeah. I think everybody knows we need better fields. I think we can work around the environmental stuff. I'm sure that comes up with every turf field that's proposed in any town. But it's a huge benefit to the kids, and God knows they could use something good. And it would also be a big benefit to Ludlow. We did a tour. Mark was with us through the facilities, and teams are busting here and there for practice, but they have nowhere to go. The hospital's on one side, the middle school. Would I love to pick that school up and just move it somewhere, because they took all the land Ludlow had away. Sure. They have other chance of getting some decent space and turfing that field. So I'd like to find out more. Steve, have you ever heard about this stuff Jill was talking about?
No, I don't know as much as she does.
No, I don't either, but I don't do as much research as she does. I don't know anyone that does.
Right.
But our problem is overuse. I mean, I think there's a grass turf that can hold up to the use. All our fields are, all our fields are overbooked. I think there's a lot of grammar schools that have good-sized fields behind them, and they're crap. Yeah. And I think we can spend money there. Like, I know Riverfield, I was up at Burroughs a couple of weeks ago. It's like, the grass, you couldn't see the kids' feet. The grass is like 6 inches. It's like, come on, guys. So there were some good points made there. It's not just turf in some fields, but keeping some grass fields. And I'm going to look into this stuff. I never heard of it before, but it better be able to take a pounding.
Yeah.
Might be worth doing one field, though, to see how it goes.
Yep.
Yeah. Down the road, but first thing
But
first.
like anything else, you have to, once you get it in there, you have to maintain it the right way.
Right.
So
yeah.
Yep.
That's a big question mark.
Right. Because I'm sure that might be different than what they do with every other field. And the guys be like, oh, that was this field. Just like the guys just ran over the Ward baseball field. I don't know if you guys heard about that. I'm sure you did, Steve. The new landscapers, they drove their truck over the Ward baseball field, and I think Ward ended up playing a few games at Kiwanis.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
The good news is they got a brand new infield for free, because the landscaper had to, but then I think they did some stuff in the outfield. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Didn't anybody say maybe we shouldn't be driving the truck on the field? Now one of them thought that was maybe a thought, but that happens. So anyway, I'm good.
It's Mark. Yeah, it's Mark. I'll be voting in favor of this field. I did tour it, like Peter said. I would definitely like to push for a regulation size high school baseball field down there. I think there is the room.
Absolutely, I agree.
The one thing I've responded to probably everybody that wrote us emails in favor of it so far. I just want to see in the future. I don't want the entire town turfed with artificial turf. I agree with Peter. I think we should select a field and do an experiment and take it and make it into what Jill was. The biggest problem is drainage on these fields and poor maintenance. And I coached on them for 13 years, and Burroughs is a beautiful facility, but they probably didn't cut the grass because they couldn't. Right. It rained and they didn't get to it, or it probably wasn't even lined either. There were so many times I played at Old Field, it wasn't lined, it wasn't cut. And you got little kids kicking the ball in 6 inches of grass. It doesn't go too far, until they're in 7th and 8th grade, and then they're really kicking it. But I'm definitely in favor of this, but I would like to see us, and I'm definitely in favor of this. This needs to, for future, any of the fields needs to be a public-private
Yeah.
Yep.
Public-private program.
Well, just to interject real quick, Mark, that FAF or FAF group, the private group who's raising money, who I've been donating to, I've been told they have no money.
No money.
I
sat through the when they wanted to turf like the entire ward.
Every
blade of grass in ward was going to be artificial, and I sat through that, and they were talking about raising money then, and I don't know, Peter, how much money they have. I think did they buy the scoreboard down at Tomlinson? I'm not sure. I think I heard that they did.
Or the parents probably raised the money
for it
or whatever.
So I agree with you. I don't know what kind of money they have, but I don't know, and I don't know how these programs are working together. The FYF, the FAF, and the
soccer,
the lacrosse guys. How, if they're all coming together on this when they want to
I don't know.
step up. And I'm not just talking about parents and these guys. I mean, maybe Sacred Heart. We could get a Sacred Heart field. Maybe they could donate money, or a Fairfield U field, where they donate some money.
Along those lines, Mark, maybe just before COVID, I actually called up Sacred Heart when Bobby Valentine was the AD, just for the hell of it. I go by the old mantra: the worst they can do is say no. So I called, left a message, being, Eddie Haskell to the secretary and da-da-da.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to hear from this guy. I was actually in Parness's office, and I got a call, and it was Bobby Valentine. He played against my brother's long streak. I was like, thought I recognized the name, da-da-da. So he reminded me. Unfortunately, this is how I didn't do my homework, my research. He goes, Peter, we don't have a field.
Yeah.
They were playing at Harbor Yard.
They play in Seaside Park.
They were all over the place, and I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Bad time to ask.
They don't have a baseball field.
But they said, what about a Sacred Heart Field or something? Or, I agree with you. I'd love to see Fairfield U do something, because at least Sacred Heart seems to do a little bit. Fairfield U, my Lord, they charged us for the Ludlow Ward baseball game to use their field.
Well, as you know, both my daughters.
Can't throw us a bone, say, hey, this one's on us. Yeah. Come on, have a game. You got the high schools, blah, blah. Nope, they charge us.
Yeah, as you know, both my daughters they're swimmers, and we get charged full time.
They charge them.
We get charged full time, and then it's hard to get pool time because, and then both teams, the Ward girls and the Ludlow girls, generally practice together, which isn't a bad thing, but they only get X amount of lanes to use, so it's crowded. Right. It's it's not a good situation. And then, of course, then Kate's fencing now, which is a co-op team, and I mean they have a nice facility at the Fairfield Fencing Academy for them to do that, but I'm sure we're paying for that too.
Right. All the off-site.
So there's so many things that we're paying money for because we don't have our own facilities to
Right.
The only thing I'll say in Fairfield U's defense is if you don't ask for too much, they'll give it to you. When I used to run the beaches, they always used to give me the pool like one Wednesday night to test out the lifeguards. But that was it, one night a week and one night a year, and they were okay with that.
Right.
Yeah, well.
Don't ask for more, though.
That's not a lot.
There's 300 a few times, but oh no, we'll see.
Any other discussion regarding the turf project?
Thank you, Mark.
Ladies, want to interject anything, please?
I'll just say that the head of the I'm blanking out on the organization, the Turf Our Field. He's in my district, and he was active on the Four Corners project, and actually got a lot of funding and fundraising for us for the Four Corners, and worked hard on that. So I'm hoping that we can do a partnership, again, a public-private partnership, and I'm hopeful that with him behind it, he can do what he kind of did for us with the Four Corners. They helped bring in Sacred Heart to give us some funding and money as well for that. So I'm hopeful that can be the case. I do have some environmental concerns, but I think that the concerns that our children need to get out and play and be active. And my daughter was in lacrosse for many years traveling, and our fields are really an embarrassment, and so we need to do this. So not that I want to I think we need to have a strategy going forward, but for this particular field, I'm going to vote yes. Are there any other comments? Hearing none, let's take it to a vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? All those abstaining?
Just me.
Any other one abstaining other than Representative Horton? So that item passes 501. Let's see, I lost track of where we are. Okay, moving on to item number 11, the air conditioning. Do I have a motion to approve the first air conditioning item on our agenda?
I'll make it.
And was that Representative McDermott?
Yes.
Great. Discussion on this item.
I understand, this is Margaret, I understand, obviously financial considerations, and we have to be mindful of that, but to me, given the, gun violence epidemic in our country and the fact that my elementary school kids can't open the windows in their school, I don't even understand how this is a discussion. They need air conditioning. Sorry, I'll get off my soapbox now.
I agree. Is there any other discussion?
It's Mark. I fully support this. I mean, it's not just the air conditioning; it's air movement and air.
Yeah.
And we don't want to run into problems like they did in like Jill said, Coleytown. They had to shut down a whole school. We had to shut down a school, right? McKinley, and rebuild it because of mold.
Yep.
Because of mold. So. It is like Chairwoman Vitale said. You're not only for the safety and health of the kids, it's just the health of the building itself.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree. Any other comments? Hearing none, let's take it to a vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any of those opposed? Anyone abstaining? That motion carries unanimously, 6-0-0. Moving on to item number 12 on the agenda. Again, this is air conditioning, but it's for the rooftop units. Do I have a motion to approve?
Barrett.
Representative Barrett?
The motion, I can second it.
Great, thank you. And discussion on this item? Hearing none, I will copy our moderator and say cool. Let's take it to a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Anyone abstaining? That motion carries unanimously, 6-0-0. Item number 13 is not a voting item. However, it is an ordinance was referred regarding an arts commission. Does anyone want to discuss that?
Sounds like
it may be pushed off a month, just because they hadn't submitted a memo in the backup, and so, but it doesn't affect us right now. So
okay, great.
It'll come to us in 2 months from whenever LNA hears it for 2 months, and then it'll come to us. So.
Right, and the sponsors, I'm one of the sponsors on that, and we do have bipartisan sponsors on that, so that's good. Any other discussion? Hearing none? Hearing none, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Steve?
You hear 6 motions to adjourn.
Great. Pick who you want.
Please. When's your last day, Steve? Steve, when's your last day? Congratulations.
21st of June. Yep.
Oh, you're retiring?
I am. Well, I'm retiring from teaching.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
And where will the RTM's favorite happy hour spot be?
I haven't secured a new occupation yet, but when I do, I'll let you know.
All right. God bless.
Thank
All
you.
Right.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you,
bye now.
Marcy. Take care. Thanks, Steve.
Take care. Bye.
Just among us.